am Nicole Brewer of Hamptons.com, here with WVVH-TV for the 38th annual Grand Prix Sunday at the Hampton Classic Horse Show. Inside the VIP tent, we find tables covered impeccably, decorations. We even hear Bon Jovi is coming by today. We're going to get the scoop on everything that's happening. Stay tuned. I'm here with Matt Barshot, President and CEO of the ASPCA. Thank you so much for being here. Why is the Classic such a part of your end of summer?
Thanks, Nicole, for having us here. The Classic is really important because it allows us to talk about equine welfare. The relationship between horse and rider is really a relationship that is emblematic of what animals mean to us and the human-animal bond. And when they're working together and they're going over these jumps, you can see that synergy, the same way you can see a synergy with an owner of a dog or a cat. So for us, the Classic really allows us to talk about not only good horsemanship and making sure that these horses are taken care of from the beginning of their lives to the end of their lives, but also allows us to celebrate the human-animal bond generally.
Now, you've had some very special events here over the course of the week. Tell us about a few of them. What were some of the highlights for you?
Well, one of the highlights for me was actually something that happened last week, and it's something I want to talk about and I want your viewers to know about. Last week, at the request of the FBI, the ASPCA rescued 367 animals from a multi-state dogfighting raid in Mississippi, Georgia, Texas, and Alabama. In this raid, we found several firearms, guns, and over $500,000 in cash. Dogfighting, to me, is the biggest betrayal of the human-animal bond because these animals are in chronic psychological pain and then they're in acute pain during the fight. The life between the fights is just as stressful and just as vile as the fight itself. So in the last 2 weeks we did that. That's for me, one of the highlights of really the last year for the ASPCA.
That's a tremendous, tremendous thing that you guys were able to do. Bringing it back to the Hampton Classic, and today I'm going to dial it back to the Hampton Classic. We're here. It's Grand Prix Sunday. This is the big finale of the summer for us out here. The ASPCA is very involved. Who will you be having at your table today? Any special guests?
Well, you have to come by the table and see. I'm going to keep that under wraps for a little while right now. But yeah, we're very excited to be here. We have some very special animal lovers, some big supporters of the ASPCA are going to have lunch with us, get to enjoy today's activities. Again, the Hampton Classic is just a wonderful opportunity for us to celebrate the human-animal bond and to talk about horsemanship. And again, when you watch these riders, it is gorgeous to see them in unison with these animals, these big, beautiful animals.
All right, but come on, let's dish a little bit. We know, I probably can guess at least one name of who we're going to see. Jill Rappaport, she's a big supporter. So
Jill's a tremendous supporter, not only of the ASPCA, but more importantly of animal welfare in general. She's constantly illuminating important issues for our movement and moving us forward.
And she's got some very famous friends, a big, beautiful, blonde supermodel. Some might say her name rhymes with Isty Wrinkly, maybe?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to keep that.
Rhymes with that.
I'm going to keep that all under my hat. You guys are going to have to come by. And
you're not going to dish?
No, I'm not going to dish.
All right.
You're going to have to come by our table and see who's with us today and maybe talk to them yourself.
Fantastic. Will do.
Thanks, Nicole.
All right, part of the fun at Grand Prix Sunday are the tables. And I found a group of very, very fancy fellows for making their own tailgate party. So tell me, what is in this mix and what are you doing? What's going on here?
Je n'ai pas compris. Je ne comprends pas. I'm not speaking English.
All right, let's have you switch over here with the gentleman with the fancy tie.
Okay. Well, it's orange juice, orange soda, which I hate to admit, and lemons and mandarin with white wine.
And who are you with? What is the company supporting this table today? Tell us a little bit about you.
It's a family table, Powell table. Yeah.
So Grand Prix Sunday is not just corporate. Families are out here too. So you're bringing the family. You're having a wonderful lunch. Have you been here before? Is this your first time at the Classic?
We come every year, but unfortunately my family's late today.
So they're late. So we'll stay with them, enjoy a little tailgate, and see who else is under the tent. in the Hamptons here with Mr. Broadway, Mrs. Broadway, and the beautiful Elaine. How are you folks doing today, and what has brought you out to the Classic?
Oh my gosh, today it's a beautiful day, not too sunny, so it's cooler, and it's a closing day, so we have to, it's our tradition in the family to come to the closing day of the Hamptons. We're there for the first day, where Leah rides and our two boys ride, and Leah came in 7th place out of 60 kids this year, so we're really impressed.
Congratulations.
And to come here to get to say goodbye to summer. This is like the official closing before we head back to school. Sorry, and then back to the city.
Now, what's going on Broadway for you? You've had a fantastic time over the summer. What's coming up for the fall?
Well, we are actually in previews now with a new Broadway show, revival of Romeo and Juliet with Orlando Bloom and Condola Rashad. We open September 19th. Tickets are flying off the shelves, so I recommend you get it now. But it's an amazing, David Laveau directs, so it's an amazing set, an amazing production. I think it's going to really kick off the Broadway season in a big way.
Sounds fantastic. Have a great summer, and thanks for chatting with us.
Mom of Stephanie Riggio, who is our rider. Our farm is Meadowview, and these tables represent all the ribbons she has won over her years as a rider.
Now, how many years did you tell me she's been riding?
She's going to kill me. She's riding since she's 5, and she's 29.
Oh my goodness.
And all these years since she's 3, we've been coming to the Hampton Classic.
Now, how special it is for you to see her here. Is she riding today?
She's not riding today. She rode during the week. And it's just very special. You know, I'm horse show mom, and I'm proud to be that. And Dad's on his way. He's very happy to, to be here, and we love it. The people at the show are fabulous. They're friends, they're family, and we're just very happy to be here.
The controlled chaos that is Grand Prix Sunday, and that is Chris Robbins of Robbins Wolf Event Tours. How are you holding up today? It's go time for you.
It's so showtime, not just go time, showtime. Yeah. Well, first of all, the show is sold out for the first time in about 4 or 5 or 6 years, so there's many more tables of people here ordering lunch. We're serving 2,500 people lunch today, probably about 4,000 or 5,000 drinks. Among them, of course, Louis Roederer champagne in quantity, and Domaine Haut rosé, the fabulous rosé from France.
You're so fantastic.
Filet mignon and our famous lobster rolls on our little brioche roll that we have made for us. And you know what it is, though? It's such a great ending to the season.
Now, you've had a fantastic season. What were some of the highlights for you?
Well, of course, we always cater to the Southampton Hospital benefit, which is wonderful. At the, mid-season, in the beginning of the season, we're the exclusive caterer at the Bridgehampton Tennis and Surf Club, and so we do the Miracle House kicking off the season. So we kick off the season with Miracle House there. We go to Southampton Hospital in the middle, and we end with the Hampton Classic. And there's about 200 in the middle.
Now that's a very good summer. What celebrities you've got the scoop? Now no one will dish it out to me yet.
No one will dish it out to you yet. Yes.
Come on, serve it up, dish it out.
Well, first of all, let's talk about these beautiful jewels you have going on. Love them.
Thank you. A little Sea Wonder.
Yes, very
loving,
nice.
Very fun.
Nice, yes. So, Matt Lauer will be here today. Katie Couric was with him. Jill Rappaport was honored by the ASPCA yesterday in one of the chalets. The Longines chalet. Longines is one of the new sponsors here at the Hampton Classic. They're going to be sponsors for 5 years. They became a 5-year sponsor, which is fantastic and wonderful. And let me think. James Lipton is always in the tent. He's such a great friend. And I said Jill Rappaport. Billy Joel was out in the tent. Katie Lee was my guest, and as were you.
It was a lovely lunch.
You were one of my favorite guests. Come on, Nicole.
I was famous for a whole 30 seconds. Thank you very much.
It's all good. It's all good. And you had a fabulous different outfit on that day, too.
I did. You can't. Well, let's talk fashion. At the Classic, you cannot show up in just whatever. It has to be a statement, something, whether it's a color or a hat or something. How do the guys do it? Because you always look very sharp.
Well, you got to pull it together with stuff. you know, but you do. You like, I'm sure, like you, even a guy has to think about what they're going to wear. It's not like I like opened my closet this morning. It's like, what am I going to wear to the Hampton Classic? No, you have to like think about what you want, how you want to look, what kind of an image you want to present. I have a very interesting thing that people have been asking me, like, Chris, you always have these interesting shirts on. Where do you get these shirts? Nobody else has them out east. I said, because every time I go to a different city, I look for an interesting white shirt, and I always find one, and nobody else has it in New York, of course.
Fantastic.
So that's my little key to, you know, fashion moments.
So shop global.
Exactly.
Enjoy local.
But eat local. Eat and drink local. You know, we're serving Wolford wines today, as well as all the wonderful French wines that I mentioned before. We have a lot of sponsors, and I'm seeing a little flaw over there. Somebody brought in a bottle of Veuve Clicquot, which is against the law.
Rules are being broken here at the Hampton Classic. We're going to go find out what else is happening here at the Classic. Dennis, now I've heard that this is going to be Georgina Bloomberg's finale for a little while. She's going to cap it off before her next big adventure in mommyhood. Have you seen her this week? We know she qualified and did well.
Yeah, she rode very, very well on Friday to qualify. I saw her in the morning. I saw her this morning and had a few seconds with her. And, you know, she, like everyone else, they're nervous and excited. You know, the Olympians are nervous and excited. That's just part of the game. I was speaking to McLean Ward last night. We had dinner together, and he was explaining he wakes up on Grand Prix Sunday, not only here but everywhere, with a knot in his stomach, and he's, you know, one of the top riders in the world. So I think it goes with the territory.
So good to hear that the pros even get a little bit nervous. Now, do you ride at all? Have you ridden?
I used to ride. I used to jump. Not at this level, of course. My daughter started to ride, and I gave up riding when I was going over the fence more often than the horse. So I loved it. It was a great athletic thing for me to do, but I haven't ridden in years except an occasional trail ride.
Now you've got fantastic seats today. Your table is right in the center of the Grand Prix tent. Not like you're not walking around like the mayor, but you'll be back to back with Mayor Bloomberg today. How's that?
It's been that way for a few years. He has the privilege of being the mayor. He's also a very good sponsor, and I benefit from being the president of the horse show, but those tables are not given away free. We all pay for them because, as you know, we're a non-profit organization, and so he's a good neighbor to have.
Now, as a non-profit, one of the main things of the Classic is that you help and stay and support the Southampton Hospital.
True, but we're a horse show whose purpose is to run the best horse show in America, similar to the Olympics, and then we give our profits away, except for what we need, to the Southampton Hospital. So we've been a good benefactor over the years, and we give them a forum, we give them a place where they can show their wares.
Well, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
And it's always a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Now you can finish.
With Dennis Suskind here at the Hampton Classic Grand Prix Sunday. We're posting. this your first time under the ring here?
Oh, absolutely not. No, it's probably, for me, probably number 7 or 8, something like that.
Now, is this how you end out your summer? How do you like it here?
It's a great way to end the summer. You know, I enjoy watching the Grand Prix. My daughter rides, so I come to support my daughter. She doesn't ride in the Grand Prix because she's far too young, but she aspires to, so that's why I come, yes.
Do you ride yourself?
No, I don't. No, I pay.
So you're just the dear dad that rides on the horse, or watches?
I'm the dear dad that pays, right.
What new big projects coming up for you?
Oh, I have some really special things coming up. The greatest ones I can't even talk about yet, unfortunately. I have a good one. I just get at the right time.
Anything this fall that we should stay tuned on TV for, perhaps, maybe?
No, I'm not doing TV this fall, you know. I'm taking it easy. I'm just working, you know, music and some business things, but I'm taking the season off.
All right, well, we're going to miss you this season. Maybe next.
That's sweet of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I don't know about next year. I don't know. Maybe something different. Not X Factor, but something.
All right, we're going to stay tuned. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Expendables is coming out. You're here at the Hampton Classic.
We're shooting now. They're shooting now.
Tell me about the movie and your role in it.
Well, I can't do that. It'll be out next August. You can watch it.
What brings you here to the Hampton Classic? Are you a horse rider, horse lover?
Well, I love horses, but my mom was born in Southampton, 1921 actually, and my grandfather, her father, Stefano Rullo, was settled out here and became a bootlegger with Marshall Field and Joseph P. Kennedy, his partners. And I used to come out here as I was a kid, you know, I'm not 1921, but, you know, much later in the 60s. And, you know, had a lot of family times in Southampton and Bridgehampton, Shinnecock Canal, you know, Peconic Bay, fishing for weak fish as a kid on the boats and stuff. And moved to California, and whenever I come out here, I come to the Hamptons, you know, see some old friends. And I hadn't been to the Classic. I just did a concert for 10,000 people in Nassau County at the Eisenhower Park, and I wanted to come out and check out the scene. That's it.
Well, thanks for joining us. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, darling.
Have fun filming.
Thanks.
Expendables is great.
Oh yeah, they're great. I'm very excited about it. Yeah.
Good time. Now I have to watch Expendables even more than I thought before. All right, diamonds have been all the rage here this week. Tell us why you're here with Lugano Diamonds. Thank you for coming, by the way. It's gorgeous, gorgeous things you brought.
Thank you very much. Well, it's a perfect combinations. Beautiful people, beautiful horses, a great event, and beautiful jewelry. So it's people come here to celebrate, and hopefully we add a little pizzazz to the celebration.
I definitely say you brought the bling this week. Everybody has been going gaga, myself included, over some of the items over my shoulder here. They are fantastic. Do you have a favorite?
I have a lot of favorites. Every time I design something new, it's my new favorite, and I get all excited about it. The Prix is definitely one of the rarest stones that I own, and it comes from an extinct mine, so there's no others like it, and this is one of my pridest possessions. So And then there's others who are, I think, like really unique and rare designs that I'm really proud of.
I'm here wrapping up Grand Prix Sunday at the Hampton Classic, no other than in Lugano booth where they had Wolfer wine tasting just a little bit ago. We spotted Bon Jovi, Matt Lauer, and a few others while we were here under the tent. Hope you enjoyed the Hampton Classic. I'm Nicole Brewer with Hamptons.com, and on behalf of the fine folks at WVVH, Hamptons TV, thank you so much for watching.